On fancy tractors.
Oh, geez. All right, we're leading to order, here from the road foreman first.
Well, as far as mowing goes, Stratford Road mowed,
Good.
and we will. May get a few others as the town comes in towards us, like Sharon and South Road actually came in yesterday and did the Stratford Road.
Mhm.
And now Stratford actually called and said that they could lend a hand a little bit.
So that was Sharon yesterday?
No, that was South Road, yeah.
Oh, and that John Deere,
Uh, The,
is it our leaf blower?
no,
Stay there.
the would have been better to have Stratford do Stratford Road, but didn't sound like they were interested until after we mowed and they called today.
That's how they work.
That's the best way to.
When you're done, hey, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And
How is the tractor coming, have you heard?
I haven't heard anything about the tractor yet. I'm a little, after the last conversation with the people, I don't wanna make them slower than they could be. And so, but I can find the number and somebody else can come up if they want to, once around. But no, I'm sure they plan on calling me just as soon as they can.
Sometimes it's okay to call them and let you know you're still alive.
Oh, I will do that here next week.
Yeah.
Just make sure that stayed on top. Barrett's gave us a little piece of paper on what things will cost. Do you have a copy for everybody?
I don't have one for everybody, so I just have one for myself.
That's what that kind of stuff does.
Is it gravel? So,
Trucking.
How little Larry go by your farm, Gary?
yeah, he's been, I saw him make 3 or 4 trips today.
Are those going? Is it sand coming over?
Yes.
We got Matt Loftus coming tomorrow morning, to change up 2 culverts that are bad, either needing something done to them.
Where are they?
One's right by Gordon Garvey's driveway.
Yep.
And the other one is up on the Family Road. And Bobby Button does have a, see how this all goes, but Bobby Button has a tractor it's just got side mower. Doesn't go up and down and stuff. It's just,
Oh, yeah, just flops over.
which would work good for the one pass around town. And I tried to nail him down on a price of it today, so I could, tell you about it, but he doesn't know for sure, but right this moment, apparently got a hydraulic leak, he needs to get that fixed. So maybe by the time we have another meeting, I'll know what.
Working on my side of the hill, but I can only go an hour every month.
Gotta put air conditioning on the old girl, huh?
I got it on the top, I lose my steering.
I know about
I have to go home.
that.
You can take along some ice water and dump it on the pump now and again.
No, I got another pump.
Everybody that I went to United Ag and they said they're a month out, they're down to one in-house.
Right.
And one in the field, that's it.
Huh, wow.
John Deere wants to come back and finish their service on the grader. So they can get around to bill us. And They wanted to come today and I said, I can't let the grader go out.
Right.
Be out of
Do it
service
on a
today."
rainy day.
Yeah,
I-
next 2 days. I think.
we need to be out there making sure, hopefully the water, but. Oh my God, the report I saw there tonight scares the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
It's like last year all over again, right?
It's like 6 inches of rain in 6 hours.
Oh, are they saying that much now? Is
Yeah,
that-
Possibility,
huh?
possibility.
Right.
Well, this morning I felt really good because they moved it all up. And I said, geez, all right, and tonight they moved it all back down to. So I'm kinda hoping tomorrow they move the bag out, but I can't really tell you what's gonna happen. So I can't tell you what's gonna happen to our roads and this and that, because, that kind of rain is just devastating.
Well, washed over the weekend too. That's
Mhm.
Well, it don't rain, what, it just has big giant buckets and dumps it, you know.
How many ton per yard, or how many yard per ton on average?
Yard, ton and a half for a yard. You wanna know what the price of that was, and now you got a rough idea what it is.
Yep,
Pretty scary, but we have to think about doing something.
well, that would be almost $45 a yard to haul it. At 29, whatever a ton.
Yeah,
It's like, I figure that they get probably, without really asking, but I know that like the hiring trucks, the blacktop, they get about 20 tons to a load.
Yeah.
And so what that figured out to be somewhere in 260. For a load of hardback.
That's enough, but I guess nowadays it's not outrageous when you say it that way.
what's, ledge out of Williamstown? You ever seen that?
I asked about that, and he said he really didn't know, but he expected it would probably soft.
That would be my guess.
The granite was, to me, that sounds really good. You know, as far as material price, it all hurts. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, some people tell you, oh, you don't wanna do that, cause it blows tires like crazy, but I don't know. I've not played with it.
Granted, you mean,
Yeah,
I would think it'd be so fine it wouldn't.
I would think it'd be kind of squared up and dull edged,
Yeah,
but I don't. But. You know, I've popped a couple tires in my life and most of the time it ain't never been a rock.
Right, it's a wood screw or something stupid.
And I probably drive over just to shack of stuff most of the time with my pickup, but anybody does anyway.
yeah. When it's fresh in the sharp.
And frozen and this and that, sure.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, I just kinda where it's,
Do they make different sizes of the granite?
yeah, I guess you.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
I never thought of it.
I guess you can get it down as far as 3/8 on up to an inch and a half.
Yeah, because it must make it 3/8, it's.
Chelsea buys a lot of 3/8 stone put right in their sand.
Uh-huh,
And that comes, that's the granite.
yeah. Everybody's putting their brakes on right here.
Price, the brick
Yeah,
price.
there's a line out there.
Well, they're just putting your brakes on,
That's what we
because
want, right?
he's sitting over there. I left mine at the farm.
They don't have any in here, right, in the basement or anything? I don't think so. They have like a wasp nest in the little kids playground and they're gonna have like lots of kids moving around with the,
They'll be running there.
yeah, they will be.
That'll be good for me.
No,
Be a life lesson.
You need the key? I mean, I
No, I
already
just
used the
tried mine.
virus the other day.
I don't wanna lug this around, it's too hot. I just, you look at my camera, I don't know.
What else you got going?
Keeping the trying to get some ditching done, trying to cook to death, trying to, you know, we're gonna get those culverts in the morning and, chasing around, trying to make sure we did everything we could possibly think of to make water go our way.
Mhm.
Outside of that, I don't know really what to tell you because we've been busy this week, just trying to figure out how the storm's gonna affect us and what we can do that. Be as, you know, limit the damage as possible.
Right. Have you done anything, wasn't there an issue with the backhoe at some point?
Oh, yeah, tell me, huh?
Yeah, well, you know, yesterday I couldn't keep it to myself. I had to call Mike up and tell him what it was all about. Cause I felt so good about what had happened that I felt that, geez, no money spent.
How'd you do that?
Well, we had to have a repairman come down and show it to us. Cause even he took a few minutes to find out what had gone wrong. But, somebody had accidentally put it into continuous hydraulic mode.
What was it? Really?
That's so you can run your, you
Is
know,
it a digital thing you push or is it a
yeah,
switch?
it's a
Digital thing.
it's a digital button
Did
on
you do
it.
that, Mariah?
Yeah, I got done there, so,
Davis did that.
yeah,
Wait, you can.
probably dubbed it.
And, so what had happened, it's the same one that makes the loader work, actually. Just that maybe somebody didn't realize they held the button too long or,
Oh.
but it's one, it's a button that if you hold it too long, it automatically goes into continuous mode. And nobody's had that happen to the loader, I mean, the backhoe before,
And it doesn't default then the next time you turn it on, right?
and,
Stays in there.
it,
remember this.
stays right in there.
And what, just for my curiosity, what purpose,
It's so you can run a drum up front or run a jackhammer out back.
so you don't have to hold the lever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was it.
That was what ailed
This may have been an IT person.
Yeah, should have got Mike to do that.
it. I just never thought of that, I didn't, I had a little go around with the loader trying to figure out. The brakes got where they really squawked, so. Mark, the brakes, and they two final drives. And I personally didn't want to send anybody all the way to Barry to get the oil, so we tried to get around that. Thought we'd actually got around it. And then so we went back to using the loader and then the oil started foaming up. In the final drive and so Gary reminded me we could UPS it down. And I'd never even thought about sending that big heavy stuff on a truck like that, and so we had UPS down and changed the oil and it seems to be working fine right now.
So it was just low, there wasn't an air leak in there?
It was just wrong oil that foamed up when you ran it.
Yeah.
Do the brakes normally stop when you use them?
They're not supposed to, but they're getting louder and louder, and I was trying to use it every day bitching.
Yeah.
I was getting tired of listening to that squawking noise, so I wanted to deal with it, and well,
The Ford tractors, they bought a container and it was anti-squawk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can do something with that. Town meeting.
Yeah. Some of that.
Brave Brenda with it.
I said it first. That's why I told her that, yes.
and you had somebody call me today about,
Yeah, I talked to Mary Ann about it, and it's that project, we're getting a grant to do the scoping of it, so we can't just have him bid on it and come fix it.
yeah, well, he's supposed to talk with you
Was he,
Somebody from,
His name's Evan, has some excavating company in a different town.
a different,
somewhere up north, a little bit north of us.
I think I know him.
Northfield, I know it was on the Northfield.
Somewhere north.
So what's this project about?
So I have put to bid today for the second slope failure on
Oh,
Stratford
okay.
Road, but we have a grant already that Mary Ann's working on, so the bid that I put out was just for, an engineer for scoping study,
Right.
similar to what we had for the first one. So I put it out and this guy called me and was like, well, you know, if time is of the essence and you don't need an engineer, I can just come do it for you. And I was like, I think we do, but you can talk to Rodney if you have questions. So then he told Rodney he would come do it, and I was like, let me check on Mary Ann first.
Maybe he just wants to do it for free.
Yeah, so anyways,
Yeah,
talk to
fine.
Mary
What he
Ann,
wanted to
and we do
is
need the
He
grant.
wanted to come and look at the
Right.
job,
Yeah,
and I tried to explain to him, I don't think it works like that. But he was sure that we probably could get away with getting it fixed and no grants, I mean, no,
Yeah, engineer.
engineer and this and that, and I said, well, you know, I'll give you Gary Mullins'
thank
number,
you.
and you can chat with him.
So we're waiting on a grant anyway.
But
For the first
we have the grant for the first part of it, so we have put this portion of it out. They will pay the engineering fees again for
Mhm.
us to get the plans drawn up to get it fixed.
But we're a long way from hiring contractors.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'll tell him.
When he first asked me, I said, "Oof, I think they're all been taken care of it, I have anything I can.
Well, so he called and talked to me for 10 minutes, and I said, call Rodney, he talked to you for 10 minutes, and he called me back and was like, that Rodney, he's a nice guy. Talked to me for 10 more minutes, I'm like, God.
Well, he sounded, when it first was talking about it, he sounded like he was trying to get some work that we've already had done.
Yeah.
And, so it kind of took me by surprise, because I knew we had nobody out there for contractors looking to do this work yet.
Right.
So he took me by surprise, so I passed him off to Gary. He said,
You want me in?
When in doubt, give him to Gary.
I didn't want to miss something.
I forgot that list for you, for the flags.
I'll be back to get it.
Yeah.
Not tonight, but I'll be back to go. Can't think of anything right this second. It's.
Outrage. This was gonna last.
Yeah,
Uh,
we didn't make a decision on that.
Did we, I had Daniels give me some pricing on the Hal Bridge and Larkin Bridge and Flint Bridge. And, he, probably hadn't got into us yet,
I haven't seen that.
and, he was gonna actually go back and look at what the Flint Bridge really needed. And, I'm still a little, I know if they get the jobs, we definitely wanna put it through FEMA down here, cause it's gonna just be that much kind of money. But if you have any doubt that FEMA's gonna clean up the job, then we need to look at more reasonable things. And my only fear with, what's happening right this moment is I haven't even as much as took one of those people down to show them what we're looking at.
On the Hal Bridge?
All right, Randy's been down, he knows, but, I don't even, honestly, I don't know where the other bid came from yet, because, I haven't taken anybody down there to show them what we were thinking we needed to have done.
What's the other bid?
It was planks, just to replace the boards on the sides of the
Just-
half bridge,
Oh,
just the boards that are broken,
okay.
that was what his
Is
was.
that just the end of the bridge or where Rodney was talking about the guardrail? Or was he gonna replace more?
I think it was the broken ones that are on Howe Bridge that the round bales smashed into,
Mhm.
so he was just gonna replace those broken ones.
That's not a bad thing. If that's what his bid was all about.
Mhm.
But somebody needs to do some work on the very front of it, because it's so bad on the upper side on toward hell, lanes,
Mhm.
that there's nothing attached to. Because that whole corner needs to be taken out,
Right,
fixed, and put back together.
but wasn't Mike's bid, at least in part, to do that?
No, I was thinking he was more involved than just board.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Repair boards, blocking on Route 110 side, fix broken boards on south side, screw down loose boards on both sides. That was Mike's.
Which is blocking.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
We know them about them.
Are you telling them that we're providing the boards up on the pavilion site?
We can, yes, but those were for the, far as I know anyhow, those were planned to be used on the Flint Bridge. But if we have plenty of extra, then yes.
We do. I hate to see them sit up there and just rot.
Oh, I do too, I wish they were hemlock, but.
They're fine.
Yeah, we are.
Will definitely have to do with what we need, but both bridges, as far as Flint Bridge and Hal Bridge, this side towards the weather,
Yeah,
they're getting. They go along like that.
Yeah.
Pretty loose.
do you know what length those boards are, Brenda?
Not anymore.
They should.
They're
be like
decent length. I think
14.6.
we had talked to Rod before we,
Oh, okay,
It
gotcha.
should be like 14.6, because they took 14 footers to
Right,
do the side.
right, well, that's good, but I was thinking, man, if we get up there and all of a sudden there's 12-foot boards and there's a 14-foot span. It's gonna work out so good.
There's some 14s, I think maybe some 16s.
yeah, they were decent length.
Yeah.
I loved them all, so I should. Bring them.
But they're all, I haven't been up, but they're all stickered, right? Covered over.
They're stickered, the ones that were reserved for the forest committee, I don't know what the decision will be, but Brenda and I covered those last fall.
Yeah.
And then there's a pile further to the east that was.
I guess I gotta drive up there and take a look.
But they were.
As long as they're
stickered.
covered, heck,
Everything's stickered.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stickered.
they're all covered and covered up, they're keep.
Well, not all of them
It
are covered.
keeps blowing off. I mean, they're sitting there, so.
Well, we can't let them go bad, so we'll have to figure out a way to make them covered. Even if it means buying a tarp or something.
We put, what, three or four pretty big ones up there.
Yeah, they're covered right now, but we need to pay attention if they're gonna sit there a lot longer.
You can build a shed.
Well, you got one right there.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Could use the boards to build a shed.
Oh, we have the shed right there, we just use it
Good luck.
right now. I also have some benches over there
Oh, they came in.
that go to somebody.
Okay, I'll let Jonathan know.
Jonathan doesn't know they're there, but might wanna let him know again.
All right, that's all you got.
That's what I got.
I'm sure your raincoat's all done.
Did you ever do anything with this? I learned a copy a while ago, a driveway.
Actually, we, went up, we looked at it, we talked about it, and, he said that he would let me know when it was closer to construction time and,
Oh, they're at the thing, so. Okay, sounds good. I'll keep holding on.
and, cause it's a matter of Matt finding time to get there, I think.
Okay, yeah, not all just.
Poor guy is a little busy.
Stressed.
You should help him out in the spare time.
There you go.
You've been getting in trouble, please.
All right,
I'm good.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got. We're gonna do the traffic ordinance for.
Yes, it's just take lots of photos.
Hello, Mary Ann, better be available.
Yeah, don't call this. Oh, you're here.
Rodney, use your cell phone.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, you're welcome.
19.
Back around.
Keep your umbrella closed.
I'm gonna go out this way, I won't even go near.
Don't be tempted.
Although I do like that old truck, maybe I was driving home, you can walk to my place.
It smells like fuel all around it.
It's got some in it then.
It smells like fuel smell.
All right, let's do the road ordinance thing.
Don't smoke.
Here's the road ordinance. I posted it in the Herald. It's coming out Thursday. It was supposed to come out last Thursday, but because of the 4th, it didn't.
Uh-huh.
So it still has 60 days, so they'll still have the opportunity to come in and grieve it and all of that stuff if they want to. So if you want to make a motion to adopt it and sign it.
We moved this already, but
You moved it, I wrote it up, I posted it in the Herald, I did all the steps I was supposed to. Now, today will be the effective date, it's 60 days from now. And so it's not till September 9th that it will take effect. So people have
So
60
we,
days.
we approve,
But we have to
redo it.
approve it again,
We just have to make the motion to sign it and
Oh.
adopt it.
Okay.
make a motion that we sign the town of Tunbridge traffic ordinance.
And it up. I second that.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Unanimous. All right, Forest Committee, MOU. I suppose you folks have something to do with it.
Memorandum of understanding.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I wasn't at the meeting when you adopted it at the forest meeting.
Mhm.
But, Paul Harwood, myself and Larry wrote up an MOU for the usage of both forests. And then we had to change the name to Wikipedia Woods over at the garage lot, formerly the garage lot. And really what it does is it just sort of delineating the usage of it as people show more interest in hiking, biking. So where that one's slightly different, it's a bit more preserved. Because of its steepness, the water, uncovered wells, there's a number of uncovered wells up there, we haven't even identified all of them, we got a lot of them. In mind, some of them are really not that dangerous, others. I don't know if we should have. Encourage everybody hiking around with their kids and their dogs. Until we figure out what to do with them to protect them, but it is steep, it's wet. We're actually trying to preserve the water, we just logged it. And the other one, the feeling is. Let's go for whatever people really wanna do, evaluate it after they get done, if they wanna put bike trails in there, we'll evaluate it to see if there's any damage done. And adjust it accordingly. So. That's what those understandings are, the forest committee would sort of be overseeing what's going on over there. Restricts campfires, drinking.
Mhm.
It has a whole list of items on it.
Do you have copies of those?
You should have,
I look back in all of my minutes and nobody ever sent me an MOU. It was never discussed at a select board meeting prior.
that's possible, you're on the forest committee.
Yes,
And so you were here, I was actually gone.
yeah,
When we adopted it, we voted it in as a forest committee. And it probably should be run past you folks, but we'll get you a copy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Right.
Money.
I thought Rudy sent it to you just like last week.
I think he helped me look, but I don't think he could find it. If I get it and I'm wrong, I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. And I'll print it off right now. Let's see. That could be a possibility as well. I am.
So I'm sorry, I thought you guys had it in front of you and had already looked at it.
Yep, I got them right here. Okay, it's me, hang on. I'm gonna go put some. Wow, this is gonna eat my key again. It's the heat.
My brain.
Yeah.
Can you think of any questions, anybody in mind? Folks
Who's on the
board?
forest committee?
Larry Langdale, myself, Gary, Dave Kimball, Rudy.
Paul Howard.
No, Paul isn't. He volunteered, we asked him if he would help us write up the MOU. He's been after us, you know, the forester who does our work on the forest is Dave Paganelli.
Right.
So we're really lucky to have them. So they were really clear, like, try to keep control of this.
Yeah.
As people get all excited, let's do this.
And
let's
be
do that.
proactive.
And yeah, so the forest committee is trying to delineate some of our usages and what some of our concerns to preserve. All the stuff we want, right? Hunting, harvesting, hiking. And wildlife, and that forest, we're slowly, the state's actually realizing that the deer, for some reason, you know, it's north facing and the deer are wintering there.
In the Drew Road one.
On the Drew Road one.
A lot of some softwood, a lot of softwood along there, and, oh,
And then thick hemlock,
yeah, and they get out of the wind.
So there you go.
yeah,
Has
and it is a really steep, it's a steep one.
has anybody found an emerald ash borer in Tunbridge yet?
To my knowledge, they haven't. I have a friend who thinks she might have seen it on her property the other day in Chelsea.
That's what I heard. I should run. Springwood Nursery said I think saw one, like the actual beetle in Chelsea.
Yeah, it's
Close.
It's really close. We harvested pretty heavy on the ash up there.
You can look at it, I already seen it. I saw a horse fly on one of my heifers today, I bet it was an inch long.
Was it a different color, like a black one with a little, what the heck is
I
that?
don't know, but it was there, I thought, man, I gotta
Looked
kill
a
that.
left a welt on the heifers that are at my house.
Yeah.
All new type of horse fly.
I didn't
The
recognize
biggest
it.
one.
Murder horse fly.
Oh, great.
I thought it was a bumblebee at first, except that it was really landing.
It's huge. Oops.
What's this? Like a copy?
That's the other one, there's one for Drew and one for Becky.
So that's the difference. We're more protective and a bit more restrictive. We're working with the Trails Committee to probably do one trail. We had a wildlife person come down and she said to be kind of clear how you have your wildlife trails. Don't try to restrict people coming in every couple of years and saying, hey, can you put a spur here? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And that, she said that upsets the deer and the wildlife up there. But mostly it's pretty, putting too many trails. She was saying, like, we were planning on the Drew to do a big loop. But staying away from the well end. The wells were, if you remember, the Drew lot started by the town preserving water rights up
Right,
there.
yeah.
On a small portion, it grew into being a bigger lot.
Does it touch potash? Does it go all the way across to potash?
No, we have one of those landowner in between. Guys,
And then basically.
So it runs into your property, do you?
On two sides,
Okay.
on the east side and on the north side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't come down a Pontiac in any place.
uh-oh, the dogs are coming in.
It is.
We may have, I just emailed Simon too, and I have to watch that for flooding if
Oh,
we get that
Oh my
rain.
gosh, yeah. all
We
the
may
time.
have to move the dogs
Coming
to
down
your
the-
house.
No way. Gary has plenty of room.
I don't have a fenced in yard though.
They would escape it.
What is our dogs on leashes town ordinance? If they're in public, if they're on town land?
I would,
If
I
they're
could
off
go
their
get
own
it.
land, I think it is.
Yeah, I think.
If they're off their own property, they should.
Then you need to be.
I didn't realize that until Paul Harwood pointed it out to me when we were writing this. Yeah, sorry, Dave, I don't mean to
What?
block you here.
No, it's okay. I don't remember much about it, so I'm just being quiet and listening. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Well, I had the Conservation Commission asked to go for a hike with their new people up on the Wickapee Woods, so Rudy and I took them up the other day and I had a copy of the MOU.
did they have any input on it?
No, they were just kind of like, oh,
Have anybody seen anything on drones,
What do you mean?
In regards to,
like flying?
just in
over,
general,
Like town property, like
What the people
Just
trailers
like-
wouldn't?
whether, right, towns have like air right
Any
ordinances,
restrictions?
right,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I know some people are using them for hunting now, which.
Yeah.
You know, that could be a concern. I don't know
That's very
how
legal.
well that would work in the Drew lot,
Yeah,
because it's pretty thick.
yeah,
So it wouldn't do them a lot of good. We actually used a drone in the fire department to go up, to look at the wind damage on the very top. During the windstorm, it ended up there, it took off. We just got through harvesting it too, and a little more was harvested.
Yeah,
drones cannot be flown over private property for recreational purposes at an altitude of less than 100 feet without the owner's permission.
Oh.
And they also cannot be used to record private property for surveillance purposes.
I think we just passed it on.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
so what do you think about the MOUs?
Oh,
That looks good to me.
wonderful.
Yeah.
We gotta vote on.
Yeah.
Gonna adopt them.
I make a motion, we adopt the MOUs for the two town, Tunbridge Town Forest Lot, Drew Road Lot, and Woodland Woods Lot.
I think.
All right, on favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have it,
Is it written down there, Wickapee Woods?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What you just adopted, it says Wickapee Woods versus Garage Lot.
I spelled Wickapee,
So they just.
Why,
Aye, copy.
WI copy, only one.
why do
C.
you think I ever come up with that one?
What's that?
Why would you think I would have come up with that?
We were just making sure it wasn't, you just didn't adopt Garage Lot. And we get it up to date with Wickapee Woods.
current,
It's a Abnaki for Leatherwood. There's a lot of leatherwood over there. A lot of leatherwood.
It's the Leatherwood.
It's kind of a bushy.
Yeah.
A bushy, smaller tree that really is no financial value for any of us nowadays, but
You would recognize that, I don't know what you call it,
yeah.
the back.
Indians used it for-
Indians use it for basket, rope making,
It's great,
very strong, very pliable.
yeah, almost like a grapevine,
Yeah, they're small trees, they don't get very big.
no.
They strip the bark
Within the
off.
maple family, is it? Do you know?
I actually don't know much about it. I wasn't really,
Like
and
striped
Rudy,
maple is striped
Rudy
maple
was
different?
feeling real strong about having a Abnaki name.
Mhm.
We don't have any weird trees, so it must come.
Regular.
We told them they couldn't migrate that way.
That's right.
There is a delineation. The state has it on their maps, the official maps.
West Tunbridge.
Yeah,
That ridge.
right where the accents change.
What's the weirdest tree you have over there?
We have no weird trees.
None?
No stupid striped maple.
I bet you do.
Now the mason trees probably.
Well, thank you.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Are you riding your ATV?
I'll be on top of it.
Are you riding your ATV on Brew River now?
I haven't, I was gonna come down and ask you guys if I could bring the speed
Okay.
limit, but,
I hope they like it.
you know, I looked into that and the guy said he was glad to sell me one. He said, number one, they're heavy, number two, if you don't keep them a certain way with the battery. He said, I'm gonna love selling you another $2,000 worth of batteries every spring.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
he said, "You're not-
You gotta
and if
keep
it gets low, he said,
Tracking
you
them.
better be right outside your door.
So they're best if you use them all the time and keep them charged?
So there's a little trick to them, they're not quite ready for maybe consumer use yet.
There he is.
There he is.
Good show.
Sorry,
We just.
we're running late, and then Dave just said it's already done. Thank you.
He's on the forest committee.
Hi, Gary.
Thanks for coming here, Rudy.
Bye bye.
He manipulated the committee to accomplish it.
See you guys.
Bye, Brenda.
Thank you.
Oh, you.
Other names for it. It's not striped maple.
Can I?
No,
I'm not.
Leatherwood.
Going
Leatherwood.
to put my kids to bed.
It's in a weird kind of family of its own.
Huh.
So it's, Durka palustris, these are genus and
Yeah.
species.
Huh.
Um,
See,
Probably-
crap.
All the way to the seats all.
It's kind of, um, The
Like,
cool
like
plant,
bunchberry. Look at that white,
right, yeah, even earlier than that.
is that, like, what's the
Flowers.
toilet paper tree, is that bunchberry? Or is it wicker tree?
Tree.
Like the leaves were used. by
Oh, yeah,
hunters for
yeah,
toilet paper. What tree is that, or shrub is that?
I thought that was striped maple.
Okay.
So the tree is that, the great big
Right,
leaves.
exactly, yeah.
Looks sort of like a basswood.
Right, exactly, yeah. Well, keep up.
If you guys know all about trees, you
Thank
should
you.
come to my house because
Look,
I have no idea what that giant tree in my front yard
Are you
is.
kidding?
Right.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
look, come take a look at my tree. Rudy.
Happy to come take a look.
Do you think it was planted?
Yeah. But the leaves are like a cross between a maple and an oak, and it
Maybe a
stays,
silver maple?
yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's probably something super common and I just,
Poisonous, probably.
yeah. The kids climb it all the time.
Poison oak. We don't have poison oak, do we?
No.
It's more southern than.
Yeah,
Cracker over there.
occasionally have poison sumac.
You do.
I learned that how
Emily was saying.
it looks a lot like ash.
Oh, really?
Really?
So I was kind of struggling to identify it, so I was really checking it out, and so was the person that was working with me, and I didn't have a reaction, but the next time I saw her, she was bandaged all over the place, and I felt horrible. She worked at the front desk of the academic department too. It was not good.
So you know what poison oak is?
Emily said the other day at camp, she'd never gotten poison ivy growing up, or thought she was immune to it.
Mhm.
So at camp, she, on a dare,
She
in a bikini rolled with it. She got it,
Pretty bad.
yeah.
Life lesson learned.
That's
Exactly.
funny.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't roll in your bikini and poison ivy.
Yeah, because I usually go tacos from there.
Even worse.
You'd have it all over. So we're waiting on Jody,
Right, I can skip to some other business
Yeah.
stuff if you'd like.
some other business.
So you reschedule.
We got that email, I'm sure you all saw from Mike Schaefer.
Yep.
About the covered bridge, is that the Flint Bridge again?
Yep.
He wanted to know which year it was built, or if it really took 29 years to build. So I don't have an answer, but I thought I would put it back into the group.
I was gonna get Luke's book out and then I forgot.
Here, take that with you.
There's a website too, of covered bridges, with a bunch of documentation on different ones.
But the Mill Bridge is confusing too, because they had two different dates.
I have two liquor licenses. One is for the fairgrounds, their first class license to have the beer hall and the beer tent. And then the other one is just a catering license for the tap room is what it's called, and they are doing a wedding at Lango's Farm on
The tap,
October 5th.
Okay.
I've seen it somewhere, where have I seen it?
no.
It's the tack runs in St. Johnsbury.
Tack room?
Tack run.
Oh.
So I haven't seen it. And I've seen that. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Tack run.
We got it.
Well, those are the two liquor licenses. Would you like me to approve them?
I think they're a good thing.
Okay,
Did you ever send out? Right away. Things,
to Dave Bicknell, yes, I did.
and I replied,
No. These are from Becky, this is the official municipal tax rate.
ooh,
She doesn't want you to approve it tonight because it wasn't on the agenda and she wants it on the agenda and officially approved. This is how much it's gone up since 2023. This is what the final numbers are. We have a general fund surplus of $29,826.13. She
That was
said.
the question I had on here.
She said if we wanted to use that, these would be the new numbers.
Oh,
Which I mean, like I did the math out for me and I think it brought my taxes down to $15 or $20 or something, so.
if we use the
If
surplus,
you use the surplus, yeah,
how much are they gonna go up?
what 500 is what mine went up.
County education tax?
That was like the total tax rate.
Yeah, right, so from that,
oh, man, yeah. It's gonna make a 2 cent.
What I thought we should put in, what
Question minus.
the surplus was.
Okay.
What was the 120 getting moved to a different?
I don't know, I was just trying to do this really fast.
Okay.
Listening to Becky, like
If
what
you
are
can
these
find out from
numbers?
Becky,
Okay,
just so it's not confusing, if I'm a public reading.
yeah,
And then, that's a new tax, I'm pretty sure, right, a new payroll tax,
I'll double check on that.
okay, and so that's why I just rewrote that. I think that.
Simple enough.
Yeah.
Can I take the other side too?
yeah. And it's, it wasn't the tractor, it was the backhoe being broken was the reason we were using the grader to
Yes.
do ditching. Okay.
Tractor backhoe. Interchangeable,
You
same
guys
thing.
gave us about this, so it's great.
Let me show you. my phone. Matt had his small excavator over at the barn
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple weeks ago. And Dove saw that and she was like, excavator. She had to go see it and we had to climb up in it and she was sitting in the seat and all this and that. And then I got the door stuck open and I couldn't figure out how to shut it. And it starts pouring and so I'm like calling Matt and I said, I'm
Oh,
in
Matt
your-"
wasn't there.
No, I'm like, I'm in your excavator and
The door's stuck.
Yeah. so sorry, don't. But it's the funniest picture, so.
Over off again, later.
Yeah,
Excavating. My parents ripped down their shed at their house, they had like a big 2-bay shed, and they used the big excavator to rip it down, and she was into it.
Ripping things down.
Oh my gosh.
My grandson will go out and walk Tony. Mowing.
Oh, really?
Stand right there and watch him.
Yeah.
mow in the ground.
it's not a bad thing. I used to do that. Not so good when he's 35 years old.
So,
So sorry.
It's not so good when your grandson's 35 years old.
not quite that.
She's in her pajamas still, just a wrap.
A very tough days.
Yeah.
It's raining.
No,
Yeah, exactly. I would try to take her back home and she.
You probably like it more with past that.
Yeah.
We put in some culverts.
Sure love to. What else do I have for you? That was, I think that was the last one. Oh, that's Rudy, Rudy, your thing.
Which would be one.
Sign this here paper.
The acknowledgement that we received notification that we need to reappraise.
Oh,
We have to respond within 30 days with the signature of the chair of the legislative body. To acknowledge that we got the notice, and then in the next
Well,
150 days, we have to develop a reappraisal plan.
What are we gonna do with it if we don't?
Well, from every other town.
No.
Was there any more news of? Like town sort of bundling?
A number of the towns that Chelsea had looped us in with
Yeah.
have already started with other options. And when I talked to our district advisor, she recommended talking to Nemrick in particular, just because they are probably the most commonly used in our area, and just check what kind of volume they need to actually provide any discounts. Because she said if you can't provide that volume, it's just gonna complicate it.
Right.
To try to combine,
Right.
so she said, just inquire about it. Chelsea has reached out again, they wanna get moving on theirs, but I think they had included West Fairleigh, Corinne, and virtually before, and all of them have already started in various ways.
And so how many towns did it make to make the proper volume decently?
That's what I don't know. I started to put together some of the RFP information that we'll need for developing a plan. Because that was basic stuff that was gonna be needed to even ask somebody that question.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff about how many parcels do you have? You know, of different types, and so some basic information that I pulled together, and I'll contact Nemrick and try to get some sense of. I know they're booked out pretty far, but.
Yeah.
At least it would be a plan though, right, or is there a
Yeah.
deadline?
Exactly. And we have 150 days to develop a plan, so we have some timeline that we're looking at.
Is there a deadline though, when you have to have the appraisal finished?
So I believe there is, and I believe they're not able to stick to it at this point, because they don't have enough contractors to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, treats with it even. Thank you, thank you. My understanding from talking to some other towns, it was like 5,000 parcels. To really kind of have the line that would start to really tend to sort of discount. And
Parcels, yeah.
we have 1,000 counting our inactive parcels, we have 843 taxable parcels. So we would need 5 towns approximately.
What's an inactive parcel?
Inactive parcel is something that might have come in under a separate deed. And if it's next to an existing parcel, we have to, by statute, list them together as a single parcel. But often we'll maintain them separately, because it came in under a separate deed, it would
Yeah.
be easy to split back out again.
Mhm.
We don't wanna lose that history.
Right? Huh.
But it's no longer gonna show up on anything because it's carried on the active parcel.
Right.
Like the woman who was grieving, she has contiguous parcels, so. But were those both considered active?
What's Tunbridge?
What's that?
Catherine.
Not here, yeah, not here.
Max's property.
Oh, yeah, right, that was, we didn't get a grievance from her, but I think that was an abatement, actually. And yes, those were separate parcels that are,
Both active.
they're
Would they be separate because some of them have different owners as well?
yes, one of the, and I believe it's the one in the middle that separates So there's like 3 parcels that are all her, but there's someone else on the deed on the middle parcel. So they're all active parcels
Right.
because they're not technically the same manager.
Okay.
This is what the tack room bar is. It's a horse trailer.
That's right.
Side out.
Huh,
So it comes right through.
Look it up, this guy. Adam, any of these things like.
Yeah, I talked to him and he was like, he wanted to come in and talk about the tree. The trees, we haven't got an estimate from Isaac yet, and he had somebody come look at them yesterday, but he doesn't have an estimate from them yet, so I said, why don't you just wait until we get the estimates and.
Should probably get a very good map of that
Mm,
boundary line too, because I'm not sure. The stockade fence is right on the boundary, and so it's goes like right through a bunch of trees, there's like. Balmophilia is a big tree there, but there's some thin. Dead white pine and. A basswood, there's just a weird bunch of crappy trees. That would get a lot of. Don't detail this.
I think if we have a survey, I'm not sure we do.
And what happened with you said that other property was under contract,
Barnaby's property, yeah, Katie has it, so,
it's all.
well, I mean, it's in the process, yeah, they're doing. Bank work, I guess, right now.
And then it's slow, between a couple of left on real estate. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
This website says that the Flint covered bridge was built in 1845.
Found that website. Good job.
Thanks. I don't know if it's still, there's like 7, so
It has different dates on it though?
I guess on one side it does.
Maybe it started on that side.
Yeah.
Took 19 years to get to the other side.
1845, this is the like official paperwork to put it on the National Register of Historic Places.
is this from Wesley Fuel for out here? Or is it for the library? Or-
I think it's for the library. Because they don't fill that one out here. I think they top it off maybe for $20, because that's just for that generator.
Mhm.
Do we have any plans for the roof in this building? Because driving by, I was like, oh, it looks like there was, big chunks of it that just come off.
Paint, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, not too many years ago, it was painted.
I know. That's the problem with these. Like, that old galvanized roof was good quality, but it's not old paint at
Yeah.
all.
I don't, did Todd paint that or did Randy Hoyt?
Almost thinking of Randy, huh?
One or the other, but I don't know.
It's didn't. Was it the same person who did the building itself?
I don't know that. I mean, it does depend on the quality of painting or too. I mean, if you use like the best Benjamin Moore or whatever it is, it will stick on.
Get up there with a grinder or a
Right.
driver or something.
Richard DeMar painted mine at the farm. Oh, God, 35 years ago, I leave. And he used Benjamin Moore and it is starting to show through now,
Yeah.
but it's been over.
You get your money's worth.
Yeah. I gotta do it again.
Right. Weird, yeah, we painted our wedding car, something, so that it's held great, but
Yeah.
like the stable, every 10 years. Again.
Right.
What's PMB concrete?
Oh, whoa.
For what?
I don't know. It's a slip.
Whitney Hill Bridge,
That's fine.
the Whitney Hill Bridge.
He's got that done already? I mean, obviously, if you send a bill,
Yeah.
unless he's doing it before he does it,
Which one was that?
I thought it was one right by Chickadee Mountain. Like, Merchant lives,
Oh,
there and there. Huh, I don't know, I go by there all the time, and I didn't, I didn't work on it. What was in what's today?
622.
So it's in June. Should go to Robin. Anything else on the agenda, right?
I think so, I don't think there's anything else on
It's
the
the one
agenda.
thing I just-
That's okay. I forgot, I completely forgot that you sent it to me, so I was like, I asked Brenda, I said, do you have copies? She goes, no, you do. I said, I haven't seen them at all. She goes, check your email, we're gonna send them to you.
So
Yeah,
you're
lo and
sorry
behold,
about
there they are. And I had looked at them and I had remembered seeing them.
have a couple times and it was still quite wet. I haven't in this probably hottest and driest stretch, but
Right.
that's gonna change again tomorrow.
That's true.
Um, the water bar is not as simple as I would like. Um, I would love to see a plan. Because I think it really requires some thought.
It's more of a seat than just channel. it
Yes
over.
and no, but trying to choose which way to send the water and how that fits with the elevation, it's tight.
Just, if you're coming out sometime, let me know. I just like to walk out there with you.
That would be great. That would really be great.
It's a weird summer, because it's almost starting to get into drought, and then we'll get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got enough water over the last year that
Right.
there's still, part of what I've been realizing it is, the 8 out of 9 last year before last summer. We're having one drought. So last summer, I just saw all sorts of springs that I hadn't seen in years. And they're still there now,
Really? No.
some of them.
Wow.
She's cool.
I ate dinner when I got home. They do a block of cheese.
Just a lot more water on the landscape than.
Yeah. What's for dinner?
I'm gonna make ramen.
Corn.
Ever seen it?
Wish everybody was home. Kids will get sleep.
Yeah, we'll be asleep hopefully. Deb took.
Everybody in the whole
here,
family will
which
just
means
wait.
we go to sleep, but
I just saw one, near Russell, that little field that Mike. And Helen, hey, just across from the church there, and there was a, though, and two.
Yeah.
really cute farms.
yeah, she's been right by Chana's house. I've seen them twice now. They must live right there.
Pretty cute.
They are super cute.
What does Brady do? Brady Investors?
Oh, yeah.
electronic payment.
Are you gonna go over to the ice cream social?
I'm probably gonna go home and eat dinner.
Yeah. What are you having, Ron?
Life is short and sometimes I eat dessert first.
Yeah,
You gotta make room for it.
Ollie liners, what's that?
Always liners.
Thank you,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you, really.
Or hazmat day go?
I think we're fine, yeah. Was it? A woman from Vermont Public was gonna be at the
Oh, yeah.
transfer station today, but it was raining, so she's gonna postpone to next. week.
Wasn't raining here, she was.
It was raining here.
It was really?
Yeah, I was gonna pick the kids up to swim in the trout pond when I got out of work, and I picked them up. And we drove up there and it started raining, and I said, you can swim until it thunders, and they swam for about 9 minutes and then it thundered and. And it was over.
Really?
We didn't go.
Clouded up.
It looked dark, right, but then. Again.
I really didn't last long. I went to South Royalton and got gas and I went home and then the sun was shining, so.
Yeah.
We probably could have waited it out, but.
On that time sheet, or not time sheet, pay sheet we got last time. It had everybody's pay on it,
Oh, right.
and Mike Barnaby complained that he's only getting paid $17.99 or something like that. And that Adam gets $20.
Oh, for Southern?
Yeah, and so Mike would like to get paid the same as Adam, and I talked to Becky about it, and Becky said we have to tell her to do that.
Okay. Do we have her in, or do we make a motion,
I
or?
think we just make a motion or something, and Mariah can tell her.
I'll make a motion that we pay. When trying to be the same as he worked, huh?
No,
But as a sub, right?
it's, yeah,
Well, I think we could. Let's move that. Anybody who subs
yes,
for the transfer station attendant gets the same pay.
yes. Okay, so you seconded that, or did you, you seconded it?
Yes,
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Cause that's one of those things that you gotta keep everybody happy. And if he's unhappy over $2,
Then he won't.
Well, yeah. How did we do that? With Rod for years, were we underpaying
I
him?
don't know the answer.
Probably, no.
Right.
Billy's not coming.
I'm waiting, because I'm just waiting for her to like burst through the door.
Well, I'm not.
Let's see.
The road is, the underpass in South Royalton is closed right now. And it's 20 days. Do you drive past that often?
Yeah,
You probably do to go to Montpelier, right?
I used to, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen like that huge
Rollers?
stand? Yeah, they had it on, just like
saw
railroad
that,
cribbing, and
yeah,
I said,
first, yeah,
that's
yeah.
scary. I don't think
Crazy.
that's legal.
And then, right, the next day.
Yeah, it was on those
rollers.
big rollers.
But I don't know, I've never seen a engineering drawing of what it's gonna look like when it's done.
I looked at it when it first came out a long time
They had a
ago.
sketch of what it was gonna
Mhm.
look
I
like.
I think I zoomed into the meeting because I was curious, and it's gonna be 2 lanes, and it's gonna be, like, I don't know if you've gone super recently, but they paved part of the road again,
Yeah,
but they turned it where it's gonna turn, so you're gonna like almost drive kind of straight through it and not really have to make a big sweep. to go
Right.
through.
And that's why there's a sort of embankment type thing that's at an angle,
Yeah,
right? So they're
yeah.
gonna use that as the line.
Yeah. I don't know,
And then they have to raise the whole thing.
well, I was
a
just
foot
gonna say, how are they gonna do that, but I'm not,
And keep trains going,
an
yeah.
engineer, so I don't know.
The trains are gonna, it said the paper, the trains weren't gonna go for a few days.
Okay.
I don't remember, 6 days maybe or something.
Wow.
That's okay.
Think they're gonna bus people or something?
I don't know. Complete.
Just can't imagine, given how much things cost that we do here, how much that would become.
Yeah, it's, yeah, millions and millions and millions.
Would probably been a cheaper solution.
It could have been. There always is.
Well, is that Route 14?
Yes.
But I guess you can't have. You couldn't have like tractor trailers going like up over the track and down. Is that? It's not,
Why couldn't they? They cross the tractor trail trucks crossing Randolph right by.
round, maybe.
You're saying like they can't.
I don't know why that was never considered, you know.
Oh, you mean just keeping it open for the 20 days? Is that what you're talking about? Or in
No,
general?
just in general, like if they
Yeah.
were like, well, we can spend $30 million raising this a foot and making it.
Yeah.
Better,
That's what
or we
people
can,
are stuck
we can
with.
just have tractor trailers go over it.
Estimated cost, $10,246,845.
Who knows, there's that,
I thought it would be a lot more.
yeah.
I did.
That original bridge was constructed in 1908 and it has a vertical clearance of 12 foot 1 inches.
A lot of people know that too.
Well, and it's not accurate either because you're going down into a hole too,
Right.
so. If you have a 50-degree flare, you probably
That's the problem.
catch it.
Several alternatives were considered, including no action, full bridge replacement, and at grade crossing.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sure the at-grade crossings are dangerous.
Don't sign it there. Sign it there.
Oh, well, I looked 3 times for another page and I never did see
She
it.
double-sided you.
and they're actually increasing it 2 feet 5 inches. It's gonna
2
be
feet.
14 foot 6 inches.
Hmm.
You know what the clearance is on
13.6,
an average, like.
that's as high as you can go. Well,
Right, yeah. 13 and a half.
13.6, yeah.
We knock some haydays off in that one.
Right?
Yeah, I think we're buying some. Somebody like on the North Road.
Back in the old days, earlier, we did man, let's say today. We were hauling hay at Glen Wakefield, Brown. And he had no international truck. My father's old van would throw down the outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you wanna pop up, and finally, so, but